Hi, my name is Justin Carter with the Center for Rural Affairs. Today I'm going to tell you about the top 5 things to know about working lands conservation programs. What are the EQIP and CSP programs? NRCS manages 2 working lands conservation programs, the Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP, and the Conservation Stewardship Program, or CSP. EQIP is a competitive program that assists farmers, ranchers, and landowners interested in bringing new conservation practices to their land or farms. Many beginning farmers, ranchers, and landowners use these programs to help cover costs commonly known as cost sharing. Practices may include cover cropping, installing grazing infrastructure, or high tunnels. The duration of the contracts varies, but they are commonly 1 to 3 years. Renters will need an agreement with their landowner that covers the duration of the contracts. CSP is a competitive program that rewards farmers, ranchers, and landowners who are already doing conservation practices and want to strengthen their efforts. In CSP, a farmer or landowner creates a holistic conservation plan with their local NRCS conservation specialist. This plan is built to address resource concerns across the whole farm. There are a wide variety of practices that farmers or landowners could implement. Contracts last for 5 years. Renters will need a long-term agreement with their landlord. Who is eligible for EQIP and CSP? Farmers, ranchers, and landowners of all operation sizes are eligible to apply. Payments for both programs are typically determined per acre. Very small acreage operations may only be able to earn the minimum payment. An applicant can be an owner-operator or renter with permission from the landlord to enroll. Beginners, veterans, and farmers and ranchers of color should inquire at their local offices about opportunities for increased cost share or earlier payments. What land is eligible? All private agricultural land, which includes cropland, pasture land, rangeland, and land used for agroforestry, is eligible for both EQIP and CSP programs. While there is not an acreage minimum to apply, farmers, ranchers, and landowners must have at least $1,000 in annual sales to qualify. Land may be enrolled in EQIP and CSP at the same time. However, the 2 programs cannot pay for the same conservation practice simultaneously. For example, payments from both programs cannot be used for cover crops in the same year in the same field. What to expect from the payment process? EQIP payments are made annually and are determined on a unit basis, such as acres for cover crops or linear feet for fencing. Payment rates differ from farmer to farmer, practice to practice, and state to state. Advance payments can help offset some upfront costs. The farmer would receive the remaining payment upon completion of the practice. Certain types of farmers and ranchers, including those classified by the USDA as historically underserved, such as farmers of color, limited resourced, veteran, and beginning farmers and ranchers, are eligible for increased cost share rates. Certain practices may also be eligible for increased payment rates. CSP payments are made annually and are based on 2 key components: existing conservation practices and new conservation practices. Payments are between $1,500 and $40,000 in a given year and are made in October. Farmers, ranchers, and landowners can opt to delay payment until January 1st for tax or other reasons. EQIP and CSP payments are considered taxable income. How do I apply? Farmers, ranchers, and landowners interested in applying for EQIP or CSP should contact their local NRCS offices. Applications are generally accepted at any time. However, you should check with your local office about the timing of the application reviews. If an application isn't approved in 1 year, farmers, ranchers, and landowners can ask their local office about resubmitting for the next year. Planning, application, and the awards process usually takes 6 months to 1 year. Thank you, and reach out to the Center for Rural Affairs if you have any questions.